Hello, my friends. I'm B. This is B's Intuition. And today, I think it would be fun to just do like only the good stuff, Only the positive stuff. Only the stuff that's actually gonna make us feel good. I don't know. I don't know why. I just feel like we need a little pick me up, I don't know. As a collective, we need a little pick me up, Positive vibes only. I'm not, and as I say that, I'm not trying to say like that toxic positivity is the way to go, because I do believe that there are times when we do need negative, to be in a lower vibration or to be in more of a negative energy to help us cope, to help us learn, to help us grow. But I feel like for this one, we'll just try to do positive vibes only good stuff, Okay, so please and thank you, Spirit. What are the good things that are surrounding the collective during this time? Please and thank you. And this time is just whenever you see that. Whenever you see this, I mean. All right. Thank you. Let's see. Very interesting. Okay. Also, don't judge too harshly on the cards that I'm pulling right now, because even if it looks negative, there may be a positive message behind the more negative cards, such as the Three of Swords, starting it out, and then the Six of Swords, Six of Wands, the Moon card, the Hanged Man, and the bottom of the deck energy is the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so let's just start clarifying. Please and thank you, Spirit. Starting out with that Three of Swords, what are you trying to tell us? What good things are attached to that Three of Swords for the collective? Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. What do you have? What good things are attached to that Three of Swords? Okay, anything else? Please and thank you. Oh my, okay. Okay, well, I'll just show you. So clarifying that Three of Swords, we have the Chariot card in the reverse, Two of Wands, Six of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. So that's kind of cool. Also, although the Chariot card came out in the reverse, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that just shows that somebody is hesitant about coming towards you. This is somebody who may have just recently went through a heartbreak, unless you relate to feeling like heartbroken during this time. Because I feel like this is somebody that's making plans here. They're making plans to give to you, to balance out scales. I don't know. I'm wondering, there is a possibility, I suppose, with this one, that this could have to do with some sort of ex that did break your heart and then wants to come in to either give to this connection, or it could even be like maybe they're trying to just come in to offer you some kind words, where it's like it wasn't your fault kind of thing, and maybe they're taking responsibility for the things that they've done, because there is the balancing of the scales and there is giving to you, but that giving has something to do with stability, and so I feel like, or even security, so I feel like they may come in to share with you how they've realized. They may have done some reflection. I feel like they've definitely done reflection, because that Two of Wands is very much a very thoughtful energy, somebody that's really thinking long and hard about something. Yeah, actually, that would make sense with all of this. Yeah, because that would explain why they're hesitant to come in. That would explain the Three of Swords. A lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak. It could have even felt like a betrayal, a very significant betrayal. So it would make sense, if you have all of that history with this person, that they're a little bit hesitant to come towards you, because they may be afraid of what you may say, do, etc., or how you will react to this. But it feels genuine. I think the Chariot in the reverse is really just indicating a fear. Yeah. On the other hand, it is possible that this is somebody who went through a heartbreak themselves, and, you know, maybe because of that, they're a little bit hesitant to come towards you immediately. So there may be some plan making that's necessary before this, and that could be what their present energy is like, planning. Because ultimately they do want to give something to you here. And that giving to you would balance out the scales between you. And with that 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I truly think that whether this is an ex or not, it's honestly pretty positive, because whoever this is, they want to come in and they want to share something with you. With the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I truly believe that this is your energy. And I think that's part of the reason why maybe an ex wants to come back to say sorry, to sort of cover their butt in some way. Because I feel like you may be going up in the world, or making your own way, having some sort of success, even if it's just a minor success, it doesn't matter. Because that's how they're viewing you, I feel. The 10 of Pentacles, somebody that has it all. Yeah. And I think that they're realizing too, if this is an ex, they're realizing how they really had it all with you and they fumbled it. I really do think that. And even if this is not an ex and this is somebody that just went through a heartbreak, yeah, they're planning on coming towards you because they ultimately want to give to this, give to you, give to the connection that the two of you share. This could be something that they've been sort of planning for a while now because they feel like something's missing in their life. And I'm getting a different energy with that 10 of Pentacles. If it is not an ex and it's just somebody else coming towards you, I feel like this is what they see as the future, you know? If the two of you were to come together, I feel like you could build something very beautiful, and that's what that person is seeing. Also, you may just be abundant in general, to be honest. But I feel like if it's not an ex, it could definitely be somebody that wants to build this 10 of Pentacles with you. Because there is like a happy home, happy life message with that as well. And maybe that's what they picture with you. A happy home and a happy life. It's quite beautiful. Huh? Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. Very positive. Let's go on to the 6 of Swords. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What do we got for that? Anything else for that 6 of Swords? Please and thank you. Positive messages only, please and thank you. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, they really did say positive vibes only. Clarifying that 6 of Swords, Page of Wands. Okay, so somebody here is feeling much more optimistic than they were. 7 of Cups. They may be a little bit confused, but it feels like they're trying to be positive. 4 of Pentacles. Somebody here may be closed off. Or maybe that's how they are viewing the situation, that somebody here is closed off. Ace of Swords. This could be some sort of message, communication, some sort of truth coming through. Especially because that Ace of Swords is followed by the Knight of Swords. The fastest moving knight in the deck, by the way. And then that's followed by the King of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck is the the King of Pentacles. And just because Yeah, I feel like that is actually depicting one person, both of these king cards. I mean, it's possible that you have options as well, especially with that seven of cups, but this could be just depicting one person that is like very emotionally deep and has a lot of like intense feelings for you, and is also at the same time somebody that is very stable, secure, abundant. Okay, so when we read this all together, yeah, so the Six of Swords is definitely somebody leaving out of a time that is not so great into a time that is more full of hope and possibility. And I think because of this, somebody is embodying the Page of Wands energy, and that is a very optimistic sort of energy. There is a youthfulness with that. I wonder if this is somebody that may not know you super well, but they're like excited to see the possibilities. Also, the Seven of Cups kind of gives like to me like a vibe of like dreaminess, especially the way that these cups look in the image, how it's surrounded by clouds. And although like it's mostly to show like illusions and not being able to see things clearly, I think it can also give a sort of like a sense of dreaminess. So I wonder even if this is somebody that is sort of daydreamy about you. Or you feed this person's imagination in some way. But I also feel like with that Seven of Cups that there is something that this person doesn't quite see clearly. Oh. I'm actually kind of getting that this could be your energy. And it doesn't have to be your real energy, but rather your energy in this person's eyes, you know, from their perspective. Yeah, I think that that's part of the reason why they don't see something clearly. I feel like you may... This feels kind of like loner energy, or somebody that is content with being on their own. There's something about this energy that I'm picking up on that is very much standalone sort of energy. And with the pentacles on all the chakras, it definitely can indicate that somebody is closed off. And so maybe that's sort of the energy that this person is picking up from you. But I feel like they're hoping that that is just a facade. And that's just how you appear to be, and maybe not actually the truth. I'm even getting, this is gonna sound kind of mean potentially, but somebody here might be somebody that has resting bitch face. No offense to anybody out there. I think sometimes I have that when I'm not being super expressive, you know. Yeah, like it's almost like you may have this sort of energy of like, don't mess with me, and therefore it's kind of cute because what I'm getting is like this person is attracted to you but simultaneously scared of you. There is something here about like how you have a certain power in your presence, but it's also like, it kind of gives hermit energy, but not hermit in the way that we think of in tarot, but rather just like the idea of a hermit, somebody that, you know, stays indoors and, you know, kind of just keeps their own company and stuff like that. So, and that may not even be how you identify. You may see yourself as like a social butterfly, but from this person's perspective, they see you as somebody that may be a little bit closed off. And it could be too, like that you're specifically closed off when it comes to anything outside of your pentacles, which would be like your physical comfort and or career, your work, the things that provide you with that stability and abundance in your life. I feel like maybe you're just very, very focused on your pentacles right now. So maybe like trying to get, put a lot of energy into your work, put a lot of energy into the things that are going to give back to you in that sort of way. And so that could even be the vibe where it's like maybe you feel to this person cut off from your emotions or your romantic life. Maybe you're just like kind of given that energy of like, I'm not interested in anyone, you know? Maybe it's more so like, I just don't have time for it right now. That could be the energy that they're picking up on. Because I'm, you know, even though this is a very solitary, not solitary, what's the word I'm looking for? Sedentary, I want to say, I think. This guy's just sitting, chilling. He's not moving around or anything. But in my mind's eye, I'm getting a picture of somebody that's like going about their errands, and they're kind of just like, you know, focusing on what they have to do, and they're not really looking around them. They're not really like noticing other people. They're just kind of going to and from a place or something. That's kind of energy I'm getting from that. So that could be how they're perceiving you, like somebody that's either busy all the time, somebody that's always on the run, you know, somebody that's always doing something. But it feels like you're definitely not super focused on love, or at least that's how this person perceives you. I feel like this person has some sort of idea, because the crown is really sticking out to me in this image. I feel like that somebody had like a sudden, it could even have been an epiphany. I don't know why, but it feels like there was an action attached to this epiphany. Maybe this is the reason why they went into that Six of Swords energy, which is all about moving out of a negative space, potentially, into something that's more hopeful. So maybe you were that epiphany or something. Maybe this person realized they had feelings, and so they had to make the proper, take the proper actions in order to be able to come forward and share their thoughts of you and feelings, potentially. I think this person is definitely attracted to you, and I feel like there is the possibility for a romance to kind of grow between the two of you, but I feel like they don't know how you're feeling about that. So it's like maybe they're just like in this mode right now where they realize that they had this epiphany about you. They're realizing that they are attracted to you, that they may want something romantic. I think they've definitely been thinking a lot about you, especially combining that Ace of Swords with that Knight of Swords. I think that tells us a lot about how much this person has been thinking about this. This could be something that this person has been planning for quite some time, coming towards you to share this with you. It's very enthusiastic with that Knight of Swords. And since it's followed by the King of Cups, I think this is a message that not only has to do with them, like their thoughts, their ideas, their epiphanies, but I think that there will be some sort of mentioning of feelings. Or this could be, I don't know actually, because I feel like they wouldn't want to dive into the feelings quite yet, because I feel like they still need to kind of clarify first with you if you feel anything for them. Because like this is somebody that has very deep feelings, but they may be sort of protective of those feelings, and they may not want to be extremely vulnerable, especially right off the bat. And then if this is them as well at the bottom of the deck with that King of Pentacles, this is somebody definitely in a position of power, or somebody that is just really well respected in their community or well known. I think that whatever they do well, and that could be part of their reputation. There is also like a bit of a stubbornness with the earth signs, especially this one, because I believe this one is representing specifically Taurus, which is a fixed sign, a fixed earth sign. Because it almost is even giving me that they may be stuck on you, where like maybe, yeah, it feels like they may be very dedicated to having something work out here. Again, it could be that they've been thinking about this for a really long time. They've been really mulling this over in their mind for some time. But it feels like something about this connection that they feel is like a rock, you know? Like this, it's almost like maybe this person even feels like their feelings towards you are unmoving. Meaning that they're staying. Like maybe this is somebody that even tried to get rid of those feelings. Sorry for the car going off. Just use that as confirmation, I guess. But yeah, it's like the feelings. It feels like a rock inside of them, meaning that it's like never gonna change, never gonna move, never gonna shift. Like it feels like they're like stuck on you. Is really what I'm getting. Like even if you reject this person, I feel like they still might hold on to those feelings because yeah, there's something about it that is just like solid. I don't know if I'm making any sense with that one. Okay. So now, let's go on and clarify that Six of Wands. So this is interesting that the Six of Swords came out next to the Six of Wands. So sixes may be of significance. Maybe 666 could be something that you've seen recently. 66, I don't know. Anywho, let's clarify that. What is this Six of Wands all about, please and thank you? What is this Six of Wands all about? Right on in there, one. Okay, only good things. These and things, though. Spirit, only positive messages. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Am I? Okay. So clarifying that Six of Wands, we have the Eight of Cups, Page of Cups, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands. Well then, I actually really like that the Seven of Wands came out to clarify the Six of Wands, and then we have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This to me speaks of forward progression in a very positive way. Somebody recently left something behind in search for something more fulfilling. It's interesting because the Six of Wands is all about some sort of success or being kind of seen for having a success or being celebrated. Yeah, somebody that has had some sort of success here. Maybe leaving something behind was helpful for this person. Maybe that's the success, finally ridding themselves of something that was either dragging them down, not emotionally fulfilling them. And now they're on their way to find what does emotionally fulfill them. And another page. So I feel like this could definitely be indicating somebody that is new. Interesting. So I would say probably that the Six of Swords person and the Six of Wands person, these both might be, well, they might be the same person. That's always possible. But they could also just be two new people that may be like people that you don't really know that well, or maybe you need to get to know them better. Maybe they need to get to know you better. But regardless of how well you know them, this is somebody that is really desiring to fight for something here. I'm getting like this interesting energy. It's almost like somebody that woke up from a coma. Like, that's, I know that's not gonna sound so strange, but it's like, I don't even know how to like word it. It's like, say somebody becomes very complacent in their life. They're not very happy, but they're not incredibly miserable either. So they're kind of just comfortable with meh, you know? Like a life that's pretty meh. And it feels like they suddenly like woke from that, as if like waking from a dream. Interesting that the dream message is popping up again, because we had dreaminess earlier. Could be some sort of connection, but not necessarily. But anyways, it literally feels like this person like suddenly woke up from a dream, but that dream was just like their life and the phase of their life that they were in. And I feel like it was somebody that was like not happy, but not incredibly miserable either. And it's like now they are finally realizing, yeah, I think that's what this Six of Wands is telling us. I think this person finally chose themselves, and that is what the success is. I wonder if this is somebody that's like a chronic people pleaser, which, you know, no hate, I've been there. Sometimes I still am there, unfortunately. But I'm trying to work on it. Okay, anyways, but like, I think that somebody has finally chosen themselves, made decisions for themselves, and not just themselves, but their actual happiness. And I feel like their happiness is something that this person hasn't really considered before when making decisions. And that's really sad. That's really sad. But it's like this person suddenly woke up and they realized, who knows, maybe they even like spent like a really long time devoting themselves to that lifestyle, regardless of if it's a person that they were with or if it was just the way that they were living their life. But it feels like they kind of just like woke up and they were just like, what am I doing with my life? You know? This could have been somebody that really went on some sort of deep, sort of soul-searching sort of energy. I'm getting Hermit vibes, especially with that Eight of Cups, even though the Hermit obviously is not here. But I feel like maybe this Eight of Cups is the result of somebody going through a Hermit phase. And now when I'm referring to Hermit, I am talking about the tarot card. So somebody that went on that soul-searching journey to find the answers within. Because I feel like something shook them awake from this dream of like complacency. That's really what it feels like. It feels like one day they just, I honestly, because this is all like kind of, you know, this is based around the collective, so I have a feeling that this is somebody that is making steps to come towards you. They've rid themselves of something that was not fulfilling them, and they are actively trying to pursue the things that do emotionally fulfill them. And I think that you very much emotionally intrigue this person. I feel like it probably hasn't developed enough between the two of you to know if it's actually something that's like sustainable. But this person is definitely interested, and they have that passion with that Seven of Wands. Like, this is a fighter spirit. So I honestly feel like you shook this person out of their period of complacency. They realized that they were wasting their life on things that didn't satisfy them, didn't help them feel comfortable or happy or truly content, but rather like, oh, this is okay, I guess. And that's no way to live our life, right? Yeah. Definitely feels like maybe they're also like listening to their intuition as well, because there is the moon on the Eight of Cups that I'm kind of, my eyes being drawn towards. So it's like it could even have to do with them finally listening to their feelings, their intuition. And yeah, I feel like you shook this person out of their, I'm sorry, I'm like trying to straighten out these cards, but they're just going all over the place. Whatever. the perfectionist in me is like, no. Anyways. But yeah. I really, like, it really feels like as if they, like I'm even getting in my mind's eye, like somebody waking up out of a nightmare in a cold sweat. And then they're like, like in the image I'm getting, it's like, oh, thank goodness that wasn't real, that was just a dream. But like, I feel like this person, oh, yes, the nightmare. So it's like, you know, in that example, or, you know, whatever, it's like, phew, that was only a dream. It wasn't real life, thank goodness. But it's like, I think this person realized that they were, and this is gonna sound so sad, but like, it, you know, it may have just been, I don't know, not to say that their life was a nightmare. Like, I don't know if it was really that dramatic. I mean, it's possible, because they were clearly not emotionally happy, but I don't necessarily see a lot of trauma here. Or at least it's not showing up right now. It's possible. Anywho, so it may not have been explicitly a nightmare, but maybe more so a stress dream, you know, like something that was just very stressful, you know? But it feels like one day they woke up and they wanted it to be like a, phew, thank goodness that was just a nightmare. But then they realized, no, this is my life. And I think, like, yeah, it's like this person realized, like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my life. And it gave them, I feel like this sense of feeling empowered now. It's like, yeah, it's like now they feel empowered because they're making these decisions that are hard to make. They're not easy to do. Because there's a lot of steps to that process, right? First, you have to acknowledge that it's even a problem in the first place. Good luck doing that if you're unwilling to see that, you know? Even step one can be even super difficult. But it's like this person realized that something was a problem. They realized how they felt about the situation. And then they were like, wait a second, I think my feelings actually matter here. And then they realized, what do I need to do to get myself out of this situation? And I feel like they're really taking those steps now to remove what is unfulfilling and actively make actions towards the things that they want. And so it's like, I feel like this is actually going to help this person with some self-love as well, because when we make those sort of decisions, especially after a long time of suppressing our needs, our wants, our desires, our happiness, and we're always like putting everybody else first, you know, when we finally take steps to remove ourselves from that energy and start to consider ourselves as somebody that's important, you know, and that our happiness also matters, like that shows our soul and ourself, like our body, our everything, you know, whether we realize it on a conscious level or not, that makes a big impact on ourselves when we do things like that for ourselves. Which you could even argue that that kind of stuff, when you take into consideration your own happiness and you take actual 3D actions and steps to change things, to actually acknowledge your own feelings, acknowledge that your happiness matters, you start to feel more loved by yourself, because no longer are you just like, oh yeah, I'll get to my own happiness eventually, but right now I'm focusing on this, you know? But like, instead of doing that, you're like, no, I'm actually gonna prioritize my own happiness, because I matter. My happiness matters. My contentment in life truly matters. My happiness, my health, all of those things, they matter. And I'm not only gonna say that, but I'm actually gonna take actions to prove to myself by saying these things, but I'm actually taking those 3D action steps to prove that to myself, that I'm not just saying it, I really truly mean it. Like, think of it. If, even just use a relationship as an example of that. Don't we feel much more loved by our partners when they don't just tell us that they're going to do something, but they actually back that up with the actions of what they say that they're going to do? So think of yourself as if you're, you are your own partner. Why wouldn't you provide those actions for yourself? Why wouldn't you try to make yourself happy? If it were a partner, you would, so why not do that for yourself? And I feel like this person has a burst of energy, and that's where this fighter spirit comes in. And now they're ready to fight. They're ready to do the action because they've already done some sort of action behind the scenes, and now they're really ready to fight for what they want. And I think that what they want here is to explore something with you. They're willing to put up with any sort of obstacles. They're willing to fight those obstacles, overcome those obstacles, whether that's other people that are interested in you, whether that's you potentially being a little bit defensive or guarded towards this person, or any other sort of external obstacle. Yeah, any sort of external obstacle, they're willing to fight it all. Because what they truly want here is success. And I feel like they're very motivated to fight now. Maybe they weren't. Maybe in the past they were very much inactive and not a person of action. But that is quickly changing. And I think it's because they're finally prioritizing themselves and their own happiness. And with that Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, that to me speaks of communication. And I think that there is some sort of expressing here of their desire for growth to happen between the two of you. I do believe that this is somebody that is very attracted to you. There is a lot of Wands energy going on here. But I feel like it's more than that. And there's so much eagerness now that I feel like that may have not been their energy in the past. I feel a sense of their energy being renewed. They have a new sense of excitement. They have a new sense of wanting to act, wanting to fight, wanting to be more active. That's what it is. They're more of an active participant in their own life. When they finally prioritize themselves and their own happiness and whatever, they also are taking an active role in their life. They're no longer just sitting there and telling themselves this is fine, I guess. No. If you're not happy with it, be honest about that, Your happiness matters just as much as anybody else's, okay? Actually, it matters even more because at the end of the day, all you have is you, okay? People, external people, they come and go all the time. Life is a revolving door, especially with others. So you can never really truly expect somebody else to stay with you through everything. I mean, if somebody is willing to do that, then that's a wonderful addition, right? But at the end of the day, all we have truly is ourselves and spirit. And so, yeah, sometimes it's best to prioritize ourselves. And maybe that's really what the key to finding your own happiness in life is. Just really prioritizing yourself, your needs, your wants, your desires, your happiness. Because it feels like now they're ready. Now they're ready to fight. Now they're ready to put in action. Now they're ready to tell you how they feel. And I feel like they weren't ready for that before. They may have even been in a position that they couldn't have expressed that before, even if they wanted to. But now they're finally taking these actions, and they're feeling it. They're feeling powerful. They're feeling yeah, I got this, right? Because they're starting to prioritize themselves, so that empowers them. Yeah. Let's move on to the moon card here. Please and thank you. This seems like a bit much, but I will take it. Okay. Alrighty then. So clarifying that moon card. 2 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. There was definitely a boogie that just flew at my face. Anyways. Knight of Cups. Okay. The Magician. Also, bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Sorry, I don't know if I showed that long enough. Somebody was very confused about something. They had a very difficult decision to make. Potentially 2 paths that they had to choose between. Okay, I'm even getting that maybe those 2 paths were these 2 paths. One path is the path of independence, prosperity. The other path is a lot of overworking, a lot of feeling overburdened, a lot of feeling weighed down. To be honest, it kind of feels like it could have been a relationship sort of thing because, yeah, 9 of Pentacles, that's somebody that's single usually. Somebody that's single and thriving. And say this is a relationship where somebody here is doing all of the work. That will be very heavy. And it will definitely make you feel burnt out, overtired, overworked, overburdened. I think that's what this person had to decide between. And for some reason, this was a difficult decision. I mean, the thing about tarot is it always makes it so much easier to see the answer, right? Because it gives us more of a larger view of things rather than when we're in a situation and we only see things on our level. Yeah, because like say this is some sort of relationship that maybe all of these wands indicate like how long you've been with this person. So it's like, well, you know, we have this foundation that's already been built and, you know, sure, I'm not happy. Sure, I'm overworked, overtired, overburdened, but maybe it will pay off eventually. And then being single, though, would help this person feel more confident, feel more secure, build up abundance. Yeah. So, like, as much as this person may have had a difficult time making this decision, like even with the 2 of Pentacles, it kind of speaks to like, I don't know which of these decisions should I make. It's still kind of like, you know, kind of difficult to decide. It could have even been a time of tumultuousness in this person's life when they were making this decision, and that could have added to it. Maybe they were stressed out in other ways as well. Maybe it wasn't just like a relationship or something. Also, this could be like, honestly, it doesn't even have to be a relationship. It could have been anything that keeps you from feeling this sense of like being free and independent and abundant and confident. And then this being overworked, overburdened could have even been a job that this person had to let go of. But yeah, feels like they were going through a pretty difficult time and they were struggling with this. Also, 2 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles, so 222 or 22, 22. Also 2 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck before, so yeah, double confirmation for 2 of Pentacles, and that's 222, so yeah, that could be something that is significant here. But yeah, I feel like this person may have been going through something that was a little bit tumultuous, so even outside of this decision that they had to make, maybe their life was just kind of chaotic during this time, and so it made that decision even harder to make. But there's a clear answer that this person made. I believe they let love guide the way. Maybe they realized that there was no love in this connection, or whatever it was that they were leaving behind. Because I feel like love is very significant here. I wonder if this is somebody that very much values love a lot. Like love is the spice of life to this person. I honestly am feeling that this is somebody that had feelings, I think, for the collective. And they had to choose being single. I think partially for themselves, but also so they could be available to come towards you. Because the Magician is speaking about a manifestation. They may even feel like something here has to do with a soulmate. Because the Magician is like, it's not just like, when we're manifesting something, it's not just like a whim, you know? We don't just think, I don't know. I guess it depends on who you ask, because there's always different ways of manifesting, and everybody has their own opinion on manifesting. But I feel like it's almost like, you know, we don't, or at least maybe I should just say because I don't know about anybody else. But for me personally, when it comes to manifesting, I try to manifest things that are actually going to, you know, change my life, right? Like I don't ask for, like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like a high-tech water bottle. I don't know. Like, you know, whatever the newest thing is. I'm not like, I'm going to manifest that. I usually manifest things that are very important to me. Things that I know will actually be long-lasting and fulfilling, you know? And so I feel like that is what this person wants to manifest. Not just something that's just like a whim or a fling, or just like something that's not going to be long lasting. Like this is something serious here that they truly want to manifest. And I'm even now that I'm seeing that this is all clarifying the Moon card, I really do think that this person may have been afraid of change. Maybe that was the scariest part of all, making decisions that had to do with change. Because like that Moon card is now hitting me as fear. I mean, it could have been confusion as well, but I think that fear had a lot to do with that confusion. It even seems like they had to consider their physical comfort as well with the Pentacles here. So it could have even been like either if it was a job or a relationship that this person left behind, they could have considered their finances. And that could have even been a part of it. Like not only were they thinking a lot about this and considering and mulling it over in their mind, but also they were thinking about the practical stuff, I think, as well. But now I see them as a single person coming towards the collective, because not only do they want to share their emotions, their feelings, probably the, you know, the love or the, you know, whatever they're carrying for you, because they have been wanting this for quite some time with that Magician card. With that King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I think this is somebody that's going to show up in a very charismatic energy. And quite confidently, actually. Even though they weren't really confident to make this decision here, they're showing up very confidently. I mean, just because they weren't confident in a moment of making a very important decision or intense decision, that doesn't mean that they're not a confident person. So maybe they're just finally returning back to who they were, maybe before they were in that work situation or that relationship situation. Because there is something about like getting back in touch with their heart space as well. I feel like I need to clarify that Magician card, so I think I will. But let me just see if there's any other messages with this King of Wands. Oh, they had their eyes on you for quite some time. I feel like this is somebody that really likes the way that you look. Not saying that that's the only thing they like, because I feel like there's definitely emotions, feelings, and some sense of seriousness, because the Magician is a pretty serious card when it comes to manifestation. Okay, yeah, let's clarify that Magician card, please, and thank you, Spirit. Are there any messages in relation to that Magician card, please, and thank you? What are the messages for that Magician card, please, and thank you? Is there anything? One card would be great, please, and thank you, Spirit. Yes! Ooh. Okay, yeah. This is some big stuff here. Clarified by the Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck, the World card. This is big stuff, dude. This person... Okay. The pointed finger in this image is telling me that you did this. Like, they're like, almost, like... I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think they're blaming you in a bad way necessarily, but like, you did this, it's all because of you, but it's a good thing. I think you probably possess this person in some way, or they thought that or felt that way, you know, like when you're just like kind of obsessing over somebody that you have a crush on. I feel like this person felt very much like possessed by you, like they couldn't get rid of your, like the idea of you or the thought of you or something. And I think that those feelings made this person feel very uncomfortable at first, because it feels like they were in a sticky situation where they felt that they couldn't move or they couldn't act. But now everything has changed. And because they had that moment of feeling stuck, because they had that moment of feeling like they couldn't move or progress in this situation, they saw things from a different perspective, and I think maybe that different perspective gave them more hope for this connection. Maybe it even unlocked this person's true power within themselves. Maybe they didn't think that they were a very powerful person, but now they are. Especially embodying that Magician card, and not to mention the Magician, the Hanged Man, the World card. Also, this is all underneath the Moon card, so that's like 4 major arcana. This is big stuff. Like, this is not like, oh, I feel like having a Snickers today. No, this is like big life-changing stuff here. Not to mention that World card is all about closing out one cycle, beginning another one, and this is all on like their divine path. Yeah, so like their change in perspective is what caused this to become such a big deal for them. And like I honestly feel like this person may have manifested through their thoughts, even. Like, even just the idea of like thinking about you over and over and over again. There's something here about, I don't even know if this person realized that they manifested this. There's a lot about divine enlightenment as well in all 3 of these cards. The Magician is very much attached to spirit. And the Hanged Man has a divinely enlightened sort of perspective of things. The World card is all about that journey, that divine journey of trying to improve oneself, grow, learn, change, evolve. And also like learning big lessons and making the right choices that feed us and feed our spiritual health. It feels like something like that even, like making choices that are for your betterment and not for, like it feels like this is big picture stuff. This person may even have recently gone through some sort of spiritual awakening, because this is a lot of spiritual energy. Maybe this is somebody that either prays or speaks to the divine, or maybe they just even speak out loud to themselves. But like through this process, they've really become so powerful. And they're able to change things in major ways that I feel like they weren't able to do before. And it could even be, making decisions for, themselves, for their happiness. Kind of reminds me of that Six of Wands that we just saw. To be honest, I would say the Six of Swords, Six of Wands, Moon card, this all feels like it could be the same person. That Three of Swords, though, at the beginning, it could be this person, but I feel like that may have been more so an ex. So I feel like that is maybe the only energy that is separate from this. But these three rows are definitely telling me about somebody else, I think. And it feels like it kind of all goes together. Somebody that's making difficult decisions, but are ultimately, these difficult decisions are ultimately very good for this person. And this is a type of person that may not be used to making decisions that are actually good for them. And this may be somebody that doesn't usually consider themselves first or prioritize themselves. Okay. Now I'm seeing that Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This could be a balancing out of this connection. Maybe this is something that has been building for a while. I'm getting the phrase building in anticipation. Yeah, maybe this is something that you've been anticipating for some time. But I feel like really what's happening here is a true balancing out of the scales. So maybe you even felt like maybe you were overthinking or thinking a lot about this person. And now the tables have turned where this person has been thinking a lot about you. And so it's like, I'm even getting like maybe it's like kind of a little bit back and forth with your energies. But I think eventually with that back and forth energy, it's going to balance out, this person might even see you as a soulmate or something. Because the Magician, the Hanged Man, and the World card, like these are, like I said, very spiritual cards. I think this person sees you as some sort of like divine connection. Like you're on their path in life, you're on their enlightened path. Like you'll be so good for this person, it feels like. Like not only on an emotional level or any sort of three-dimensional sort of level, but like their spiritual health. I don't know. Like you could be some sort of like spiritual healer or something. And maybe if you don't identify with that, it could just be that you are for this person. You help this person awaken their spirituality and feed themselves in the ways that help them spiritually. Like somebody that helps somebody else prioritize themselves even. You could even be an example to this person. Maybe you prioritize yourself and your own spiritual health or spiritual, or rather just like your own health, your own happiness, you know? You may be somebody that prioritizes yourself, and maybe this person has seen what you do and they really are inspired by it. And I honestly feel like you're probably the reason why this person did make these difficult decisions. I'm almost even wondering if you weren't in this person's life, and maybe if you didn't come into this person's life exactly when you did, this person may have not made these difficult decisions that they needed to make for their own happiness. They could have stayed in those situations that were not good for them. I honestly feel like you triggered this person, but it was in a very necessary and beautiful way, because now they're making these decisions that are truly helping them instead of hindering them. And I feel like they're feeling some sense of freedom with that. Okay, let's go on to the Hanged Man. Oh my gosh, I just realized Hanged Man. So double confirmation for Hanged Man. Yeah, this is somebody that's been going through a major awakening, and they're seeing things completely differently now. What else do you have for that Hanged Man, please and thank you, Spirit? Oh my gosh, how cute. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Okay. So clarifying that Hanged Man. 3 of Cups. Ace of Cups. Queen of Swords. The World card. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands, which I think is cute because I think, well, recently we had the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So that's indicating a divine match. So somebody definitely sees you as their divine match here. You also may be very, okay, I was going to say fiery personalities. I meant passionate, but yeah, maybe you both have like some sort of fiery, passionate sort of vibe to you. Could even be just in terms of your profession or your career or whatever your, what you work on, you know? This is so funny what I'm getting here with a message. So this is all clarifying the Hanged Man. I'm getting, this is so funny. Oh yes, okay, so shifting their perspective of things. I feel like that also has to do a lot with reflection, introspection, and considering their feelings and stuff. With the 3 of Cups followed by the Ace of Cups, this is kind of cute and kind of funny, this message I'm getting. It's like, I don't know. This person may have thought, there's like 2 messages I feel like I'm getting. So the first one is, this person may have thought that they only had like friendship feelings for you, but then they quickly realized, oh no, this is real stuff feelings. Like I'm getting like maybe you 2 have things in common even, and maybe they were like, oh, they would be like a really cool friend. And then suddenly they're like, wait a second, these emotions are way deeper than friendship. And then like with that Queen of Swords, honestly, I feel like I would usually say that this could be your energy, but I feel almost like this could be their energy. Because the Queen of Swords is somebody that sees things clearly, and somebody that is not afraid to put up boundaries and to communicate very straightforwardly and prioritize themselves, because she needs to make those boundaries and be clear with those boundaries. So I'm even seeing this as maybe somebody who really does see the truth to their feelings, and somebody that's not afraid anymore to have those boundaries and be selective. You know, there's like a sense of like, picking and choosing, you know, like who is truly meant for them. I feel like this person may have been afraid of like communication in the past or sharing their truth. But here it's like they're very much empowered to make those sort of decisions now, to communicate clearly, to share their truth. Maybe that's even what this has to do with, like, the truth of this situation. Maybe they try to tell themselves for a very, very long time, oh, I just have friendship feelings for that person. It's nothing serious. And I'm going to get over it, whatever. But then, like, the more that those feelings lingered and made it quite obvious that this person had romantic feelings and not just friendship feelings, then they're like, oh, I actually have to be honest with myself here. I have to be honest with these feelings. I have to be honest with my truth. Like, sharing that truth with myself before anybody else. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes we don't want to realize that truth, especially if it's uncomfy. But it's like almost like this sense of like, now that I see things clearly, I can't go back to where I thought it might simply be just friendship, you know? And that actually kind of goes perfectly too with the World card, which could be closing out a cycle of maybe just being friends and then trying to make it something more here. Like closing out that phase or of friendship and then opening up this more romantic phase together. The other message I was getting is it's possible that this is somebody that prioritized in the past other people, especially their friends, you know, people that they care about. And so that could have been their past energy. And then I personally see the Ace of Cups sometimes as a self-love card. This could be somebody here that's finally shifting that perspective and being like, no, I should prioritize myself. I should prioritize my own self-love. I should prioritize what makes me happy, what emotionally fulfills me. And then in order to be able to embody that, where you're no longer prioritizing others, but rather yourself, your own happiness and such, they would have to kind of step into this Queen of Swords energy, which is a little bit no nonsense, you know? Like, no, I said what I meant, you know? I'm gonna prioritize myself, even if it's uncomfy at first. And I'm gonna go for the things that actually emotionally fulfill me. And, you know, it's just that, you know? Because the Queen of Swords, I always get like a sort of like, she tells it like it is, you know? She's not gonna like, I don't think she's gonna be mean necessarily, but she's not gonna like try to beat around the bush when it comes to what she has to say. And so, yeah, this person probably had to step into that energy of like being like, no, I mean it. I am not gonna prioritize others anymore. I'm prioritizing myself. And I don't care if you think it's selfish. Yeah, because like a lot of people pleasers finally hit that point, or at least most of us that try to become better people, you know? Where honestly you get so burnt out by prioritizing everybody else and you're just like, you know what? I'm done with that. And then you're going to have people that are used to taking advantage of you that are going to put up some sort of fuss about that. Like, oh, isn't that kind of selfish that you're only going to consider yourself first, blah, 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 blah. And you kind of have to step into that energy of the Queen of Swords when you get into that place, because you're just like, I have put up with this long enough and my happiness matters. And if I want to have a life that I can enjoy, I need to prioritize myself. So yeah, definitely that sort of energy of like stepping into that no nonsense sort of energy. Telling people like it is, you know? And when this person steps into that Queen of Swords energy, it could be like that they're just able to evolve and grow and get into their next phase of their own development even. when they finally put themselves first and when they're finally able to communicate clearly, concisely, telling their own truth, speaking their truth and not being afraid of that. So it's like when they finally embody that and they prioritize themselves, it could even be like spirit is like, finally. Like there's maybe like some sort of major spiritual lesson that's even attached to that. Simply prioritizing oneself. And it helps this person evolve, grow, change for the best. And it's like on their spiritual path. Like this is all divinely meant to happen this way. And I feel like spirit is probably very proud of this person. I mean, it is possible that this could always be representing your energy of you choosing yourself. But I feel like it's somebody attached to you. And I honestly feel like the reason why they're able to do this is because you've been such a good example to them. And honestly, I'm seeing the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like that's your energy though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because there's something about you where it's like you just give off an energy, I feel like, of somebody who values themselves, who respects themselves, who feeds themselves and grows themselves. Like, you know, somebody that really does truly care for themselves. Like, I feel like self-care, self-love, this is like, and then it, like, the thing is, you may not know that it makes a difference, but it makes a difference in how people perceive you, actually. Like, I feel like the energy that you exude is helped by all of that self-love, all of that hard work that you've been putting into yourself. But I feel like it also shows in your appearance. Yeah, you look really good to this person. And the way that you are, I feel like, is so inspiring to this person, which I think is really sweet. Yeah, this person really admires you. And I honestly think that this person could even thank you. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. I think this person could thank you because, like, you've literally been such a good example to this person, and you've inspired them, you've motivated them, and I don't think you've even tried to do those things. I think just by simply being who you are, you've been a great example to this person. Wow. You're a really incredible person. And people are definitely acting accordingly. If that is your ex with that 3 of Swords, they want to apologize, I think. And then with this person going through all of this, they're finally choosing themselves because of you. Like, you literally affect people in so many ways, and I don't even know if you know this. Yeah. That's a beautiful reading. Okay. So yeah, that's the reading. I hope that it resonated for you. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective. Because my name is Bee. Bees live in the hives, and you can become an honorary bee like me, and we can be a little bee family together. Yeah, so if you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you next time I upload. Okay, anyways. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.